This conference will now be recorded.
So, Abhishek, Anthony, hope I am audible to you and clear to you. Okay,
Yes, sir.
just let me know if I should go fast, go slow, or whatever. See,
Okay, sir.
whenever we speak to SAP is a software or ERP. What does ERP means? ERP means Enterprise Resource Planning. What is Enterprise Resource Planning? People might think. If there are different departments of your organizations which has to be brought together under a single umbrella, so that is the complete visibility to the higher management what is happening.
Mhm.
So so there is no other tool in still now which has so integrated like SAP. SAP is integrated to all the modules, all the departments you can think of: FI, purchasing, mm, PP, that is production planning, material management, sales and distribution, HR, your warehouse management, uh, your trades and services. So all the modules. So SAP stands for System Application and Products and Data Processing, which is the full form of SAP. SAP is the third largest independent software provider. It was formed by five IBM employees in 1972, and it is based out of Waldorf, Germany. It was started in a garage, and it took 20 years to get evolved what SAP now is. So SAP, as I have told you, SAP is global market leaders. There were other ERPs also, which are known as BAN and uh,
Oracle.
MFG Pro. Or Oracle is a standalone. It uses for it's basically for finance. So there are other. These are few softwares which to name, but the highest market share will be the SAP and Oracle after that. So, so in SAP, there are industry-specific solutions, means specific to an industry, that is specific to a domain like aerospace, banking, engineering, uh, machinery, customer, life sciences, healthcare. So these are the other names. So for retail, there is a domain, there is a petrochemicals, there are other aerospace, there is something else. So because this industry specific solutions, why industry specific solutions? The question might arise to you, because when you compare manufacturing and retail, the process that manufacturing uses might not be compatible or might not be usable by retail, or retail has its different product classification or different product line altogether, or the process of manufacturing itself is not there in retail, so they cannot use the current process. So this is why, this is just a one example why that we came up with industry specific solution, like in retail there were article number or something like that. um, so next is what are the R3 modules are in it, that is FI, CO, MM, SD, production planning, logistics execution, quality management, project systems, plant maintenance, customer service, and human resource. These are the important modules in SAP, to name a few. So SAP is integrated. It's the heart of the system, or it's the heart which of an organization. It becomes the heart when implemented. Uh, so Basis is the module which set up the SAP, and rest of the modules are the functions which sit on the basis system, that is on SAP. SAP being the base, basis is the person or the guy who set up the system or the client architecture. So this is how SAP evolved. So SAP evolved 1979. It was started as R2. It was a single R uh, mainframe. Then they changed the coding. It became the client and server. That means there was a different server in somewhere in place, and there was some GUI or a front end and when we used to open it, it used to go into that server and record the data. Then Business One came into the picture, then SAP ERP came, and then now the new in 2015, the after 2000 S4 HANA. What is HANA and what is ERP, right? HANA is a database. So HANA, what is the difference between S4 HANA and ECC? HANA is a in-memory database that reads the data faster than the traditional database. ECC commonly use Sybase, Oracle, or MySQL or Microsoft SQL uh, to store the data. Okay. And all the data that is stored is being stored at the hardest level. So your capacity goes slow because in R3 architecture you have to first uh, write the data, then read the data. It has to go to the server, click, come back, then again go back. So it used to take time. So the speed used to get reduced. But what happens in S4 HANA? In S4 HANA, it is in the RAM, that is random access memory. So guys, I'm okay, right? The speed is okay. Should I go slow?
No, sir. Speed is perfectly okay.
Okay. So what happens right now is that when you write something, when you give some command, it goes into the RAM and then to the database and the vice versa. So now this why we came up with this thing that everything is stored in the RAM, because the RAM sizes has been increased. Now the RAMs can be 20 GB, 40 GB or 250 GB RAMs. So that's why this has made it possible. And with IoT coming into the picture, this has become more feasible. And when IoT is there, we need IoT means Internet of Things. When IoT is there, we need more speed. So in and in S4 in HANA, it is column based, not row based. So the processing of data becomes faster. So we can process different columns in a faster manner rather than in a row manner, one after another. So we'll get in details when we get into more. So it combines the OLTP and OLAP systems together. That means online transaction posting and online analysis processing are on the same system, wherein in ECC it was not there. The functionality between S4 HANA and ECC remains the same. The only thing that has changed is the technical solution, how it works. There are no there is no indexing in the HANA tables. There is no aggregates in the HANA table. So now we go into our what is SAP material management. SAP MM means material management, how we handle things. So what we will be going to learn after the end of this completion of this course, we'll get into the things where we can learn how SAP management works, how it is integrated with other modules, what is the organization structure, what is the master data, what is a common business transaction. So master data is the backbone of SAP. Without the correct master data, your planning won't be correct. Perform basic business transaction and perform basic configuration. To do any transaction, your enterprise structure configuration should be correct. So introduction, we will go through the organization structure, basic procurement, introduction to SAP, equation, purchasing, basic configuration, agreements, RFQ, procurement, account determination, and special procurement. So let's come to the enterprise structure. What do you mean by enterprise structure? The enterprise structure means Just a moment. Just a Abhishek. Yeah, sorry. So sorry, I'm back. Sorry, my daughter was here. So the organization levels of the procurement cycle. So it's a client, company code, plant, storage location, purchasing organization, and the purchasing groups. This is a complete organization structure of a procurement cycle. To perform my procurement process smoothly and correctly, I should have set up in my system all these things: the client, company code, plant. Now, what is client? Client is the independent unit in R3 system, in R3 or a ERP system that contains its own set of master data and tables. Means the client is the first initial box where you are going to set up your company code, everything. It's not a legal, but more technical in nature. You have your tables, uh, like like we if we take a example of Reliance. Reliance is the client, but Reliance Petrochemicals is the uh, uh, company. Reliance Infocom is the company. So, and company code is a independent accounting unit of client. What is independent unit means that your balance sheet is always at the company code level. So my profit and loss account, balance sheet, whatever is that, it is maintained at the company code level, and this is set up by the finance team. So, so this is the configuration setting what we need to do for the enterprise structure. So then comes the plant. Plant is a unit under the company. We can assign only one plant to one company codes. One plant cannot be assigned to multiple company codes. It's one to one, wherein the company code can be assigned to a multiple plants. A company code, a plant is the where your logistics movement takes place. Is the manufacturing sales. So it is usually mapped to a physical location, even through a virtual ones also exist. We need to, it is a physical location, it has an address, the plant has an address to it, where where your goods will be stored or manufactured, or where you will take up the sales process. So, so
or no?
hello, please, who's not speaking?
Via Khalifa. Chalo.
Okay. So the plant is set up by this configuration path. I will explain you what is this configuration path also means. Let's go into that next slide. Next slide is storage location. Storage location where we maintain our physical stocks, and one storage location can be assigned to just one plant. It cannot be assigned to the multiple plants. But a plant can have multiple storage location. But the codes can be repeated with different plants. But if you logically ask me, only one storage location can be assigned to a plant. One storage location cannot be assigned to a multiple plants. Purchase organization. The purchase organization is who is responsible uh, for any procurement activities in the organization. So it is known as plant purchase organization, and the purchase organization um, in SAP it helps to define uh, your roles and authorization, how you want to authorize, how you want to do your reporting. It helps in uh, all these activities, that is reporting and your authorization. So there are different type of purchase organizations. One is centralized purchase organization, like I said, the example of Reliance. Reliance is based out in many countries. So if they have a particular purchase organization which is catering to all the countries, like a centralized, creating a centralized contract, um, mm, like lap take example of laptops. They want to procure it from Dell. They will go for a centralized contract for all the areas rather than going its region specific. The reason behind, if they go for region specific, uh, the negotiation what they can do if they are doing a centralized contract would be good than would be better than doing a regional contract. So this is centralized purchasing, and it will not be assigned to a company code or any plant. So so it will be assigned directly to a purchase organization, which is assigned to a plant or a company code. So next is company code specific purchasing. This is the purchasing is assigned to the purchasing group is assigned to the company code, and the purchasing group is assigned to all the plan indirectly assigned to all the plans under the company code. That means the purchasing uh, uh, organization is ready to procure for all the plans under the same company code. And the third one is plant specific. The plant specific purchasing organization is which is not to a company code but to plant. Yes, I agree that indirectly it is assigned to a company code, but it's not assigned to the company because it's always specific to a plant. So, for example, if I take there are two or three plants in of Reliance in different regions like Maharashtra, Gujarat, or Delhi. So all three will have different purchase organization that is known as plant specific. And if all these three are combined to a uh, company of Reliance, name it, and they have a single purchase organization, then it is known as company code specific. So that's the plan, company code specific and plan specific purchase organization. Then the purchasing group. The in a short form, purchasing group are the buyers who are responsible for your buying activity. In other terminology, many of the organizations call them as planners also, who are doing the buying activity and planning activity together. So basically, they are the planners. So this is the how you look like. This is a reference purchase organization. You can see. So sorry, the color has changed. Uh, so the Bay 41 and Bay 42 are the storage location. Uh, this is the client company, the plant. This is the storage location, purchase organization, purchasing group. This is the reference purchasing group. Hello, Abhishek?
Yes, sir. Perfectly listening to
Uh,
you.
yeah.
Sir, in this question, in this diagram, how you identify which one is purchasing group, purchasing organization, plant? Because every alphabet is different. BDC1, PUR,
See,
A.
this is just an example. This is just a
Okay.
nomenclature just given for an example. This is
Okay.
client. The
So
top
the
one is client.
topmost
This
ASPL
is
is client. Down three are company codes, I think, and
then
then our
plant.
respective plants, and then purchasing organization.
So yes, correct.
And in your 5 minutes before, you told that one company code can have only one plant.
Right. No.
Uh,
One plant
one
can have
plant
only
can have.
one
Okay,
company code, but
okay,
one company code can have many plants.
yes, correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So so because your valuation happens in the plant. Okay, and so
Sir, in a case, I give you a situation like it's a hypothetical situation. In a plant, if there are two company products are manufacturing, then
either two company products are manufactured, that means they are doing intercompany. Okay, one
okay,
company is procuring from the other company. Okay, or
okay,
interplant within the same company, they are
okay,
procuring. See, there are plants which do shared services. Okay, within the
yeah,
same premises there are two plants of different company codes. Mainly in US you have these situations wherein one plant is something else, doing else, but they use the product of the other company procuring. So you need to
hmm,
find out ways how to handle it.
okay,
So then the concept or the thumb rule is one plant to the company code. That is the
yes,
basic financial thumb rule.
hmm, okay, okay, sir, carry on.
Okay. So what
Okay,
we do first we define these things, then go to assignment. So I
hmm,
will tell you how to we do it in SAP. So this is the initial screen how it looks like when you log on with the user ID and password. Then we click on SPRO slash SPRO. This is the transactional area where we enter the transaction code SPRO. Then I go to SAP reference IMG, that is implementation guide. Then I go to enterprise structure. Then I go to definition. I go to logistics general. I get defined plant. The valuation, it is already defined. It can once defined, you cannot change it. It's already defined. Okay. Then I come to go to define copy check plant. I go to define plant. I select the standard plant 001 and copy it as Z001. Okay. Now you will ask me, why do you copy it? Why don't you copy? Why don't you create the plant manually one by one? Right? The reason behind, there are hundreds of tables and hundreds of tables which are in the background. If I don't copy it, I have to go in each and every table to maintain the entry. So if I copy it, all the standard entries gets copied and I can just keep on changing it as per my requirement.
okay,
So um, I create SAP org structure and it gets saved. My plant is copied. Okay. And my plant is created as Z001. Okay. Now I go to material management. So when I create a org structure, we have to rightly remember that we have to go to two nodes. First is definition, that is logistics general, and next is material management. In the definition, where we create the maintain storage location against the plant Z001, and you can see that my storage locations also are copied. So this was what I was referring to, that all the things get copies. We need not uh, bother much of defining the tables again and again. So this is the benefit of copying the enterprise structure from the standard thing. Now I can go and change these codes. I can just delete it from here and click on new entries and create Z001 slog and save it. Okay, so now my storage locations are defined. Now I will go and define my purchase organization. this we need not do any copy, but yes, we can copy it also, not an issue. We can just copy it and rename it as Z001, 001, and P org.
Sir, in this, while you are copying it, whatever
Uh,
the plants from you are copying and whatever the assignment they are already, so the same
uh,
will be assigned to these also.
yes,
Okay.
yes,
So
but
means this
but
is like shortcut you are doing assignment and definition both.
both. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. That in the background there are multiple tables that has to be defined. If small things get missed, you don't know which one has got missed. The fault finding becomes difficult. So
Hmm.
to be on a safer side, we copy it and keep changing everything one on one. At least we are not missed anything. We are changing
Okay.
it. We are using the default system. Yeah, we are okay with that. But we'll keep changing on that.
Hmm. And since you are doing it shortcut, you are assigning also. Now, in one case, we need all assignment like same, but we need to only change our sales office.
Uh, yeah, but you can do that. Suppose you are copying a plant which is under the same company code. So rest of when you copy and create a new company code, you need to change the only the purchasing
Okay.
groups or
Okay.
just the
So for
storage
that
locations.
so that we have to go individually to sales office and then we have to define it. Means then we
Yes,
have to
yes, yes,
assign it. Okay. Okay.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
sir. Got it. Got it. Got it.
That like shipping point also. When you copy
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
plant, your default shipping points get copied. So
Okay. 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 Okay, sir.
you
Yes.
need
Yes.
to
Got it. Okay.
now I have my everything done. Now I go to assignment. So I go to logistics general. I assign plan to the company code. I Z001. Okay. Okay. So
Hmm.
I don't have a company code right now because if there would have been a finance guy and who had been defining a company code, I would have deleted this entry or copied this entry and created a new one and delete the old one. Okay.
Okay. So here
So
company code and plant are assigned.
yes, yes.
Mhm.
So next is we go to that is now assigned purchasing plan. Now all this thing, this assignment of purchasing organization depends on the business, how the business wants. Somewhere, if you ask me, um, mm, retail, most of the retail procurement happens in the company code basis. So you can assign the company purchase organization to company code directly. But in the manufacturing industry, the purchasing happens company plant specific. So you can create different purchasing organizations for different plants and assign it over here. Assign standard organization to the plant. Okay.
Mhm.
And if you create a global one, you need to assign that over here to a purchase organization and a reference purchase organization. A global organization, purchase organization, who will cater to all the uh, areas of procurement uh, and centrally located at a place, headquartered at a place. I mean, so it is like someone sitting at US procuring something for all the countries. I mean, Germany, India, and anywhere it may be. Like I can, if I example a company like DHL. DHL is basically a German company, a logistic
Yeah.
company. So its headquarters, it can have a central organization which is based up in US, and They can see the procurement activities of DHL from for Germany, India, or anywhere it is located. So that's how you assign it the purchase organizations, and the purchase organizations are. So Abhishek, any doubt on purchase organizations?
No, sir, no doubt of till now yet.
Okay. So next is the buyers. Okay. So next we go into the, this is done. So next is buyers, material management, purchasing, and this is buyers. Okay. Actually, I told buyers uh, are under the purchase organization. Yeah, true, logically, but technically it is not true. It's the independent in SAP. When you talk technically, it is not true. It is independent, uh, but we have to virtually think that it is under the purchase organization. So it helps us in authorization and giving authorization to a particular buyer to create particular type of things, particular type of purchase orders. Okay, so in the purchasing group, you can, it's a three-digit code, um, and it has a name, telephone number, and other details of the buyer which are relevant for uh, purchasing organization or
Operation.
the,
Yeah.
yeah. So and these details are get printed on the purchase order also for the communication to the vendor. So this, the important thing for a buyer is a three-digit code, and for company code, plant, and purchasing organization and storage location, all are four-digit code, and they are, all are alphanumeric. Can be alphanumeric or numeric. So difference between alphanumeric is, it can be like, I can name it AB01, or numeric means I can write it 1001 or 001. So when we define these codes, we should take a thumb rule that we should not start with zero, because even sometimes if you download this data into Excel from a table or something from SAP, the zero gets omitted. So it becomes, if you give 001, it becomes 1. So it is very
Okay.
difficult to identify.
Okay. So, sir, this rule is only for purchasing group, or it is
For
applicable
everything,
for everything? Okay.
everything. This is universal.
Okay.
Because many of the things in SAP you will find it 001 or 006 or 009. So if you recode them, if you are doing standard, we are not doing anything. But if you are renaming it or reusing it, we will make it at Z001 or Z002 or Z, or something which is defined by business, so that my reporting becomes simpler. Or once I report this, download the report, any report in Excel, in a spreadsheet, I need not have to do jugglery with this prefix of zero.
Hmm.
So you saw the definition over here, right? One is
Yes.
definition, and then we do the assignment. Hope this, should I enlarge it, or it was fine?
No, no, so it's fine.
Fine, right?
Yeah, this is, yeah, it's good.
So once we define it here and we assign it here, so this is the configuration what we do, where I went to the step SPRO IMG enterprise structure definition. So new entries we do for the company code, check company. This entire configuration of company code is done by a finance team, FICO team, nothing to do with MM, because my logistics starts with plant. My logistics always starts with plant. Whenever I speak
Okay.
about company code, data is always all about money or all about balance sheet. So So this is where we define plant, storage location, and purchase organization. The path. This is the assignment, and the purchase organization assignment always depends on the business, how they do it, and how they want it, or how they are planning to do it. Okay, how they are doing it. Agar if they want to as is to be, then we can do it. Or if they want something else, or they are visualizing something to be, we can do it that also. But all depends how they want or how we discuss with the client.
Okay.
So, so this is now we go to basic procurement philosophy. The procurement process is what do you understand procurement, Abhishek, in short, if I can
Sir, the basic
explain.
definition means apart from book definition, if I can say what I know about procurement is the goods which are means the simplest definition which I can tell you is the goods which are manufactured in a plant from there to delivering it to the customers.
That is selling.
Okay.
The simple
Procurement.
procurement means making the material or services available at the right place at the right time
Okay.
at the right price. मतलब हमारे plant में when I'm trying to manufacture something or when I'm trying to give something benefit to a customer, I should get those things in my premises from someone is known as procurement process.
Okay. ओके मींस
I
सबसे पहले जो कस्टमर की डिमांड है वो हम सारे कहीं से भी लेके उनकी डिमांड फुलफिल करें दैट connection between vendor to us is called procurement.
exactly
Okay.
rightly said.
Okay.
The process to fulfill that requirement is known as procurement process.
Okay.
Means I have a customer who gives a sales order, who gives for
Mm-hmm.
whom I raise a sales order. Customer
Mm-hmm.
will give a PO because we are the vendor to them. That sales order becomes our requirement. To fulfill that requirement, we need to produce something. To produce something, we need something which has to be procured. So we need to
Okay.
buy something from someone. So we will
Mm-hmm.
buy it. The person from who buy it, or the person or the company from whom buy it. When I tell a person, I refer a person as a company because a company is also treated as a person. So I buy something from the vendor, and this person or the company is known as a vendor. I buy something from the vendor and get into my inventory and do something and give it to the customer. This is the entire logistic cycle or the process. Okay. So in this, what we procure from the vendor to fulfill our inventory or uh, fill our inventory is known as the procurement process.
Okay.
Okay. So the purchase department is responsible for this procurement uh, process. So there may be exceptions. Companies have exceptions in them, so they can have their own purchase organization, or they may outsource it. Because I have seen many companies outsourcing their purchasing process. Okay, in India only you can see that there are permanent employees. US and other things always use temporary employees. Okay, so anything
Okay.
on that doubt? Anything on the what procurement, basic procurement means?
No, no, sir. Right now I don't have.
Anthony, anyone else? Any question? Anyone has any question? Anthony. Okay. Okay.
we have done with
So
this one.
yeah,
Okay. Thank you so much, Vishwajit, and
yeah, thanks,
thank you
thanks.
so much, Abhishek.
Okay, sir.
And
Thank you.
I need to check this Anthony email ID because I don't know who's this. So let's see who's this. Let me
Sir,
know.
the
Okay.
session is about to end.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
It's
yes.
about.
Okay, sir. Then I'll ask one, two doubts because I thought the doubt was only about procurement. I have another doubt.
Sure, sure.
Yeah. You can
Then
have
within
question
5 minutes,
and
then
answer.
we can end. Sir, in SAP, we hear ERP that you explained very well. First, the entire slides were very good. Your definition was proper up to the mark, and it were really meaningful.
Yeah.
And I thank you for this. And the first thing I want to ask you is, what is difference between ERP and ECC that we hear
See,
in
yeah,
SAP?
is SAP ECC is Enterprise Central Core Component, which is
Yes.
the box. The SAP box is known as ECC. We have different ECC like S4 HANA. HANA is a database, and we have David HANA. So now SAP is the software. In that, the ECC is compromising, and ERP, any software which combines different departments of an organization is known as ERP. So ERP के अंदर SAP आता है. SAP and ECC comes under ERP. So the broader
Okay.
name is ERP, and below that SAP is one of the components or one of the software. Second can
And
be
okay,
Oracle.
okay. And there is one more terminology, EHP.
ASAP.
In SAP, there is one more term called EHP.
EHP. EHP is a package, enhancement package. So
Okay.
ECC, see, हमने software develop कर दिया, right? You have an Android phones, right? Right? You have 7.0, 7.9.0 Android ice cream, like this. You have that, right? So when it comes with a new version, you call it a version. So in SAP,
Okay.
we don't call it a version, we call it EHP, enhancement pack.
Okay. ओके सर, मतलब जैसे जैसे एंड्रॉइड्स के अलग अलग पैकेजेस, अलग अलग इनके अपडेट्स आते हैं, वैसे
Exactly. It's a
EHP.
different package. Yes. EHP.
Okay. Second thing, sir, it's somewhat big thing that I want to ask you is, if by chance you have a plant, you have sales organization, and you have material. Okay, everything is assigned. हर चीज आपने assign करके रखी है, प्लांट, स्टोरेज लोकेशन और आपके परचेजिंग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, हर चीज आपकी असाइन है. अब आपने मटेरियल भी बना दिया है एक, और मटेरियल बनाने के बाद अब आप कर रहे हैं सेल्स. एक सेल्स ऑर्डर बनाया आपने VA01 से. उस सेल्स ऑर्डर बनाते वक्त आपने जब मटेरियल डालते हैं आप, और वो मटेरियल जब आपने डालने के बाद आपका नीचे मैसेज आता है कि मटेरियल इज नॉट असाइन्ड विद दिस सेल्स ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, तब आप कौन सी असाइनमेंट करेंगे?
तब आपको कोई असाइनमेंट नहीं करना है, आपको एक्सटेंड करना है उस सेल्स ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिए मटेरियल को MM01 से.
तो सर जब ये आएगी कब? जब मटेरियल बनाते तब तो सेल्स ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का कोई असाइनमेंट, कोई वो पूछता नहीं. ओके ओके, तो ये फिर मेरे ओके, ये मैंने मिस स्किप किया. ओके सर, ओके.
It comes. You get the sales of division and distribution channel in your in your material creation.
Okay, sir. This was all about my question. If you have to ask something about me, you can ask. Then we can end the session.
Abhishek, you should only ask.
No, it's okay. You can also ask if you want to know anything.
No.
Okay.
I'm done.
Okay.
Rest,
Okay, sir. So I'll at last I'll say the session was really good, and
thank you.
I wish you thank you, and I wish you a best of the health. And because nowadays we don't expect anyone to get too much safer from this thing.
You maintain social distancing and stay safe, Abhishek.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Same to you. And I wish you entire family to be in best of the health in these days.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
okay,
Thank you so
thank you.
much. Okay, bye.
Thank you for giving your precious time. I'm ending the session now. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.